Fetch it up.
I've heard a fishing story. Was it Jimbo the fishing story, or was it Ben you went fishing with?
I've been fishing with both of them.
Yeah.
Now Ben, which is a puppy off from Jimbo, you can be on Lake Oconee, and there can be a fish jug, floating across the lake out there with a fish on it. And maybe it's been floating around about all day, and nobody's actually came to pick it up. And if it gets fairly close to you, you can send Ben out and he'll get it and bring it in. He'll bring it in with that fish on the end of it. So I've been fishing with Ben. This dog here, he'll go out on the dock, lay on the dock with you, and you sit there and fish. He'd ride the boat with you and you'd fish. But he likes to go fishing too.
He does like to go fishing. You know, anybody that's ran in the HRC or in any competitive sports with their dogs have come up short and have failed, without a doubt. I myself have, and I have a long ways to go to get to where you're at, and it's great to be around folks that have walked through it and been there. But what's the common mistake that you made early on that you were able to self-adjust? It kind of, the light went off and you kind of got it. It's like, okay, hey, I got it. I know I need to do this. Where it wasn't the dog error, it was handler error. What?
Well, in the handler area, I think a lot of people gives the dog the wrong command. Now, what I mean about that is, if you want your dog to go over the right angle going back, what should you use? Should you give the right hand signal and give them an over? Or should you give them a right hand signal, or give them a hand signal and give them a back?
Right.
So I think, and I'm guilty of doing it myself, we don't give our dogs the proper command. And the dog may be doing exactly what we're telling him to do, but it's not what we want.
Right.
And another thing is, that I feel is very important, is you get people sometimes, if they want the dog to go over to the right, they'll blow the whistle and the dog stop and look at them, and they'll do this. Well, is too quick a movement. What you need to do, if you've got the area at the line that you can do it, is you need to step to your right and move your hand over slowly. Because then the dog sees your entire body moving. He sees your entire body moving. First thing he'll see move more or less is going to be your leg and your arm and your body at the same time. Now, the dog can actually see you better by doing that than will if you'll just give it a
Quick move.
So that's one thing, and I know it hadn't been just a few months ago that I was watching another handler handle his dog, and the dog was doing exactly what he was telling it to do, but he was giving it the wrong command for what he wanted the dog to do.
So that's getting to the level to where your dog's at.
Yeah.
Rather than staying at your level.
So this is where I think, when I say you need to be able to think like that dog, and if there's any way possible to be able to communicate with that dog. Now Ben, you asked about Ben. Ben's a good dog. Ben has a mind of his own, and you don't mess with Ben's mind. You don't mess with Ben's mind. He has his own mind. But see, Ben's got close to 2,000 championship points.
Yeah. And when you look at that, I know is it Chloe that's out of Jimbo's got just shy of 1,000?
Chloe has got 1,015.
1,015. Jimbo had 5,015.
Yep.
Scout, how many did Scout have?
Well, when I sold Scout, he had a little over 200.
A little over 200. Chipper has a little over 200. So I mean, it's
yeah.
He's definitely throwing and proving.
He's throwing good dogs.
Right. That's it.
Well, Jimbo's kind of like what a man told me. He was a big-time pro trainer at one time, and his health failed, and so he got down to a lower-level training and didn't have as many dogs. And we were talking about the breeding of Jimbo, and he says, heck, I don't see why anybody don't want to breed the Jim Bosses. He might not have the pedigree a lot of these other dogs have, but he's probably got about the best resume out there.
He built a good resume, didn't he?
He's got a good resume.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Fetch it up.